Hey everybody, Adam Savage in my cave. You know how much I love costumes. Today we are talking to Megan and Taylor here. Hi guys.
Hi.
You make a kind of costume which I love, and we covered you on the channel before, but we haven't really done a deep dive into inflatable costumes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So talk to me about where you get started in getting interested in inflatable costumes.
Well, for us, basically, I wanted ones that didn't exist. So I had purchased some dragons for my front yard, and then I wanted other dragons, and then I purchased one with the intent that someday I would figure this out. And then the pandemic happened, and I had so much time, all the time,
and so much need to connect with people without interacting face to face.
Nice.
So we actually got started by building yard inflatables and eventually transitioned into costumes because we've always loved costumes as well.
Oh, that's spectacular. So the very first time you bring home a dragon and inflate it in the yard, you're like, that is great, but not nearly enough.
Exactly. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, we started by modifying one we had. And then it turns out that these are not supposed to be out in the hot California sun for 8 to 12 weeks straight. Oh,
the UV rays just do rot them?
They really do. It's
Those
really
polymer
sad.
chains get so beaten to hell by ultraviolet.
Yeah. We have dragons who are basically, people have asked oh, did you get a new dragon? No, it's just a different color now. Because of the because it's basically faded from different pink to almost white, or a darker green to basically a super light spring lime green.
Well, and I'm sure there are different fabrics and different chemical treatments will have different amounts of robustness.
Yes, and that was a lesson that we learned. So obviously we learned that the UV rays are going to harm it.
Yeah.
And we found that out because we went out one day and there was a rip, and I was like, oh my goodness, what? I'm so sad. This was bringing us so much joy. But that I was like, well, we were going to figure this out. Time to rip it apart and use it as a pattern.
Yeah.
And that was our first one, was one that we did for 4th of July after we ripped apart this Christmas dragon and turned it into a new dragon.
I love this.
But the first lesson that we learned was that the fabric must be air impermeable. Because we went to, this was a pandemic 5 years ago, Joann still existed.
Fair, yeah.
And we just got ripstop nylon from Joann's, but it's untreated.
Oh, but not just any ripstop.
It has to be treated.
It has to literally be a barrier.
It has to have a barrier or it won't stay up.
Oh, so no matter how much fan you give it.
Or maybe if you give it enough fan. But
everything's a trade-off.
Right. Yeah. But it's you don't want to walk around with a bouncy castle fan.
No, that would be too much. And also if it was a costume, that would kind of really hurt your ears. Yeah. So because each, I was I figured out how to make the wing, and I figured out how to make the head, and each individual piece was inflating, and then we put the whole dragon together, and it's
oh no! So you had successful interim tests, and then the whole thing failed.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I know that feeling so well.
It was really horrible.
It very nearly ended the project.
Yeah. But Taylor was like, no, we can do this. Let's figure it out. And so we did some research, found some other fabrics.
Spent a lot of time online looking at different fabrics, and mostly DIY outdoor gear supply stores.
Yeah.
For places for people making their own tents and hammocks and things like that. And they've got various coatings to make things more waterproof, and those happen to also make them more airproof. And
so
some of them.
This is another case where just the desire to make a specific thing made you an expert in a field you never expected to be an expert in.
Yes.
All the treatments of ripstop nylon that there could be.
Yes. So most of the time now we use silicone impregnated ripstop nylon. Sometimes it's marketed as xenon or still nylon. But that's our favorite. It is a beast to sew because it's it's silicone. So
so it grabs the needle.
No, it's not. Doesn't grab it. It's just so slippy.
Oh.
Yeah, it's so
in
sewing.
silicone, so you can't baste it, can you?
It actually does heal very well. So you could baste it, but I just pin it to hell.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but it just it's and it's very unforgiving. you can't ease in very well because you'll get bumps.
Oh, right. Because it doesn't stretch in any way.
Yeah, you can stretch on the bias a little bit, but it's just you really need to match stuff up. We'll go into that maybe a little bit more when we talk more about patterning.
So your favorite fabric is still a real compromise between what you get out of the final product and what you're starting with.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really lightweight,
Yeah.
and so it packs down really, really well. And
I'm noticing you brought whatever it was, like a few dozen costumes in a single container.
Yes.
I, as a person with 100 costumes a block away and 1,000 feet of storage, I am super impressed.
Yeah.
We once took 17 costumes to a single convention with just two checked bags and carry-ons.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, because inflatables, they pack down real well.
How long did it take you to find your ideal ripstop? How many different brands or types did you go through?
It really was the second one.
Amazing.
So yeah, it was the first one we tried after the Joanne one, but we tried several other things after that before we went back to that first one again. So I don't know that really was the best.
Gotcha.
It doesn't work. You can't iron things onto it because it's silicone coated and it's a little bit harder to deal with, but the result is just so much better that
amazing.
Yeah, because that was the second thing because with the regular nylon, we were just because the dragons have eyes, and so we were just ironing on like Cricut vinyl.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then
you can't do that.
You can't iron onto silicone. It does not work. And so we tried the silicone, but I was like, but I can't iron on into it. So we went back to like a PU coated ripstop nylon.
Mm-hmm.
And we've made a couple dragons out of that, but the dragons especially, it just fades so fast. Like
wow, because they're bright colors.
Well, and it's just how the fabric is. Just the difference between the silicone treatment and the ripstop and the PU coating. It really just fades out.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a couple dragons that really need replaced that are made out of that fabric. And frankly, our second 4th of July dragon, which was made out of that fabric, had to get remade again. So we've made 3 4th of July dragons in 5 years.
Oh my God, this is a pattern you know really well now.
Oh, the dragon I've made over a dozen. And like we did start from this thing we ripped apart.
Yeah.
But we've iterated and iterated and iterated and
every
changed.
single one's a little bit different than the previous one.
We actually have a whole technique where Taylor will, especially when we're doing these patterns where we've like tried to like copy from something else, or even if we haven't, Taylor will laser out a quarter scale version of the pattern. So when I'm sewing it together, I can say, oh, I needed an extra notch here, or this was, I'm not sure.
So you do a sew up of the quarter scale?
No, it's just
on paper,
just
so that
on
she can
paper.
take notes, and I know exactly where those notes are applicable.
Yes.
Oh, that's super cool in
Yeah.
the way your specific process works.
Yeah. So it actually worked out really well, especially because when we first did it, Taylor, we copied the pattern, into digital format.
Yeah.
But I'm the one that sews things together. Taylor's like, he doesn't really know how they go together.
Right,
and so I like color coded everything because we needed to make sure that all the seams would match up. And so I'm like, okay, this one's purple, like make sure these are the same length. But it also helps now for iterating on just like adding notches and I might be like, I'm not sure that this is exactly the right length, or like, actually, I'd really like to tweak this. Like, this is a difficult seam to sew. Like,
so
we can change it.
It's a really interesting process because you can't just put it on and see how it's going. You have to inflate every single one.
Yes.
And you can't inflate a half assembled project because it's got giant holes in it.
Right. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's so.
So you really don't know if it's going right until you're done.
Okay.
Although we have started making small scale mock-ups, which let you get a little bit of an interim step.
My friend Beverly Downen does a lot of costume work in half scale and says it translates beautifully for her in cosplay and saves her a lot of money in the muslin samples.
Yeah, so it does help a lot, but we have found with some things you kind of really do need to mock it up in full scale.
Right.
But
to see how it'll move. And
well, it's not. So we can definitely show you this with some of the stuff that we have, because we brought all of the mock-ups that we have for Kuchi Kopi. Because there were a lot of difficult problems to solve on that costume in particular. Because the thing that a lot of people don't realize is that part of your medium here is air, and you can't control it. So you can make the shape, and then you blow the air in, and the air is going to go wherever it wants. You can't.
Wow.
Yeah, because a lot of like people will be like, well, how do you do this? And we have used plushie patterns before, and there's a lot of the same kind of concept as building plushies because it's, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But with a plushie, you can partially stuff something, or you can do some thread sculpting.
But air is one pressure through the hole.
Yes. Air goes everywhere and it doesn't care.
So there's a lot of hidden engineering to get them to move right?
In order to get them to inflate right.
Oh my God. Okay, we have to start pulling out some costumes because we're talking too abstract. Where do we start in looking at your canon of costumes?
I don't even know where to start. I mean, most of these are pretty actually simple.
Okay.
Like Nyan Cat's actually pretty simple. But is a full pattern that we did ourselves because it's basically, a Pop-Tart and a head and some feet. We also, I guess we pulled, so these are different slugs from Brandon Sanderson's Skyward series.
Yes.
So it's a little bit niche. But these also we did a bunch of different techniques because the plushies that they were made and they sold and then we used as a base, they had Chanel fabric down the back. It's the thing that you put on, it comes on mops. So, like that little squiggly.
Chenille. Yes.
I'm bad at pronouncing words I've never heard before. But yes, chenille. But you can't put that on these.
No.
The scale would be wrong.
Scale chenille.
So these have like 48 spikes individually sewn.
Oh my
installed.
gosh.
Yeah. So, but when we did that, what we did is we basically made a little pillow and we installed this. We put in a zipper and a fan ring and we put in the spike because we were like, well, how do we install these? Do they install in circles? Do they install in slits? Do we just like sew them in? And so we had to iterate.
A whole bunch of, oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's like a technique that we've done that we also did for Coochie Kopi's ears.
Can we fire them up?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. It's basically a backpacking tent.
Oh my gosh. Have you considered sonic welding? Does that work at all on this with the silicone?
Sonic welding, I believe, is what is done for like static inflatables. You might be able to, but you can just sew it.
Yeah.
People just don't realize because like everyone always thinks we need to do some treatment on the seams.
But you don't.
You do not.
Oh, so the fabric has to be airproof, but the seams don't have to be sealed.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. So important. If you don't have this, the fan won't connect.
So you need support. If you didn't support this, it would pull itself out immediately?
Yeah, basically, just because it's so slippery and it's so thin that
And you put in what feels like a treated felt?
Yeah, it's just a stiff felt. It can be any felt, but I just like the stiff felt because it just gives a little bit more stiffness.
Well, I also, you guys have a lot of institutional knowledge of setting these up quickly and iteratively. So I'm always going to think, these guys know exactly how fast this needs to go.
Yeah. So let's do this. Should I get in it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Oh, it's caught on my back. There we go. For this one, it's really pretty simple. As long as I can get. Where's the front?
Other way.
Other way? Okay, thank you.
So
this is why it takes.
I found the eyes. I see the eyes now.
Yeah, this is why it takes two people.
Yes.
So these eyes, the other thing that we did with these eyes in particular is that they are installed with magnets because canonically, slugs don't have eyes.
Right.
But all of the fan art and all of the plushies and everything, they do have eyes because otherwise they kind of seem a little soulless.
Sure.
So we wanted to make it so that you could have them have eyes or not have eyes.
I love that.
And magnets are, one of the best ways to do that.
Do you sew the magnets in the fabric in specific positions?
We can. I will show you. We came up with a way to 3D print magnets into things that basically turns them into like little buttons that you can sew in.
Oh, yeah. I've paid too much for those from Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
For the same thing.
You don't have to do that from Amazon. You can literally, you can just print them.
I love process, man. This is awesome. And you've got is that a helper that you're about to use?
So they will fill themselves up, but they take longer because that fan is deliberately fairly low power to both extend battery life and not be too high pressure. So having something that's a little bit higher flow can help speed up the initial setup.
Sure.
Yeah. In our dream of all dreams, we want to make our own fan that will like speed up and slow down.
Yeah.
But you know,
that
one
can't
step
be
at a
that
time.
hard.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I'm sure if we actually sat down and started working on it, we could get through it. But there's always been a more interesting project that we're working on.
Sure.
Okay, and then where's my hands?
I've got it.
Okay, great. Woo!
Oh, wow. I thought it was going. That was clearly wrong. Oh, look at you using the Venturi effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we first did this, we used a leaf blower, which worked quickly, but was very loud.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in like a convention setting.
And very big.
And big and hard to carry around. And then we switched to an HVAC fan and carried around a little Ryobi-powered outlet.
Yeah.
Because it was nice and high flow, but we found that if we use the Venturi effect, we'll fill it up quickly enough that it's...
You don't need such a... Oh, yeah. I love it.
But I'm trying to help it I'm trying to hold it up because like also, again, if you hold it out, it'll fill with air a little bit faster because it's not having to do the work of pushing
the moving
fabric
itself out of its way.
Close to full.
Okay. I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay.
Are we gonna pop?
Oh, yeah. The spikes are coming up.
Yeah.
Boink, 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 boink. Yep. Oh, dude. Oh, the spikes are so beautiful. Oh, look at that. They're gorgeous.
So you'll notice that these spikes are a little bit pokier.
Yeah.
They're installed into circles versus these spikes, which are a little bit flatter. They're installed into ovals.
And
so
that allows them to lie a little flatter on the surface.
Yeah, and then if you come back here towards the front.
Yeah.
Hello!
Oh, out through here. Amazing.
So we have 2 layers of stuff here. So I can actually pop this against a magnet that's up here. And we have like this, it's a tool. So I can have this so you can't quite see me quite as well.
I think that's great.
Or I can pop it all the way out and we can actually like
really look at that.
see.
Hello.
So it's a lot. And then there's there's another one back here that's the actual full fabric. So if I want to put it down to get a good picture, we can do this. And then we pop up and then we can talk to people and don't feel so isolated in the world. So.
Oh my God, I love this so much. Also, your view in there has got to be really kind of beautifully colorful.
Oh yeah, everything's a little bit purple.
Everything's a little purple, and you've got all these orange spots in the sky.
Orange spots and everything, but everything. And the thing that I love about the inflatables is you get all of this secondary motion.
Yes.
Like you can take pictures and they look cool, but like they just become alive. They just like totally liven up when you like get to actually start to move them.
Is there structure in there to help you hold this up?
No, there is literally nothing. When I'm kind of moving it back and forth, I should install some handles, but I'm literally just gripping onto the seam allowance and just shaking.
I love that.
You know.
Are there other costumes where shoulder straps or other stuff help build some structure inside?
We have never needed it.
Oh, amazing. Oh, incredible. So the air does the work for you.
Yeah, this is literally just air. Dude. I don't need to hold it up at all.
I am so impressed with the pressure keeping these spikes inflated.
Yeah.
They really great.
Part of what we like about this fabric is that it is so lightweight that with a relatively low pressure, it can have fairly fine details.
No, that's incredible to me.
Whereas a lot of the mascot type inflatable costumes you'll see are really thick fabric with a higher pressure.
Yeah.
And because of that, they're a lot rounder because that's all the detail that you can get with a human tolerable pressure in that thick of a fabric.
So you guys get a little more subtlety out of the topography forms you're able to build because you're using less pressure or using it more strategically.
Yeah, and the with these super light fabrics, it can get the finer details.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought one of those gorillas.
Yes.
Which I had to. Right? Like it's totally amazing.
Yeah.
But it's also like there's so much air it has to move to support the weight of that thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can see how big they are. Like, they pack down into those little bags, right? Like that's all that this is.
This is amazing. All right, can I try one on?
Yeah.
Okay, let's figure out one that I'm gonna wear.
Okay. So this one has one of my favorite things that we've built.
I see now, I get it. Oh, that's awesome.
Is this foot cone. So this was, because like you don't want, especially if you have,
right,
like you want it to go over your
it.
shoe, right?
Yeah.
You want it to go over your shoe. So, and you don't want it to be a whole cone that goes over the whole thing, because that's huge.
Right.
Like how big is that?
It's a lot
like
of
it
real
would
estate.
work for this, but like we wanted them for the bottom of the Among Us.
Mm-hmm.
And so Taylor did a bunch of math because he's very good at math. And so this is a
truncated oblique cone.
yes.
A truncated oblique cone.
Yes.
Ah,
so it's
almost
the obliqueness.
an ungulus.
Almost.
But basically what this allows is so that you have this, so this will go over your foot, but
Amazing.
keep it on the ground,
But
and then
you're not stepping on your
you're
own.
not stepping on your own stuff. And then we have these, we call these leg sleeves.
Yeah.
And then you just put in shock cord and a draw.
That's
Cord
enough
lock.
of a seal.
That's enough of a seal.
Well,
but
so
then
you-
this also means that anybody, like anyone, like you can, anyone that can put their leg through
Yeah.
that can wear this.
I love this. Now you mentioned Among Us, and I'm spacesuit obsessed, as you know. So can I try that one on?
Yes. This was actually the first one that we did a bag for.
Oh.
Because Taylor was like, because we had all these costumes
Yes.
and we didn't really have a good way to organize them. And Taylor was like, I think I can make an Among Us bag. And I was like, I don't know about that.
The idea that this is both a bag from Among Us and a holder for the Among Us costume is chef's kiss. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So Taylor like did a little mock-up. He doesn't sew as much as I do, but he like did a proof of concept. And I was like, I'm totally sold. We're doing this for
totally
everything.
agree with you. Yeah, that is an excellent
So yeah,
plan.
but no, this would be a perfect one for you to try. The things that we've like, this was like Odin's pattern, but we've like added things like more zippers and other things that we've changed and edited. So this one has foot cones, but they don't have any. There's no foam in these.
Gotcha.
So they will. You kind of have to pull it down a little bit.
Copy that.
If you don't want it to pop up and like show your feet.
I don't mind showing my feet.
But I mean, it ruins the illusion.
Sure.
But and then these ones just have, this one just has an elastic, but I think it should probably be
Yeah,
fine
that
as long
should
as you can
probably-
get your foot. You're gonna want to take your shoes off.
Oh, fair.
So you'll want to take your shoes off and then put your feet through it.
Yep.
And then yeah. I got to remember exactly like the steps to do for this one because you kind of have to get in. So we're probably going to want to pop you over.
All right.
Okay. And then you need to kind of pull it down as much as you can.
Right.
And then you're going to need, I'm going to start,
Yep.
manhandling here a little bit.
You go right ahead.
So we're going to want to get this foot
Yep.
up and over into
Hang on,
this.
I'm going to get myself braced.
Yeah,
so I
that's
can,
a good
there
idea.
we go. Okay.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
So this
you
foot
want
is up and over.
this foot
and it
up and
wants
over
to
the
go-
middle and down here. Yep.
All right.
And your foot through.
Excellent.
Your foot is through.
Now this
And then the
foot's
same
coming
one.
up.
Yep.
and it's
Same
going through
thing,
there.
but close.
Excellent.
Foot is through. And then we need a battery.
Yep.
So it's in the bottom. We have some foam to kind of give the backpack a little bit of
Structure.
structure.
I love it.
And because it's just kind of in the backpack here, we can just throw the battery in there and it'll contain it.
Nice.
So it should be fine. So you kind of have this hole back here.
Excellent.
And I'm going to keep this from, because like one of the things you have to make sure when you're doing, when you're inflating them is that the fan doesn't get covered.
Oh, right.
when you do this as much as I do, you can hear it. So this is fine. And then that's a bad sound.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you can zip it up the rest of the way.
All right.
Okay.
And now we're formed. I'm coming into my final form.
You are coming into your final form. For the front, you can kind of push.
Smooth out the creases.
You
This
can
one's been
smooth
living
out
in
the
a bag for a
creases of
while.
your face a little bit,
Uh-huh.
but they've kind of been sitting in bags for a while, so it's going to be a bit crinkly.
Oh my God. You don't know, I've actually gone onto eBay and looked at the Among Us inflatable costumes.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, this is better.
I can see that. It's why I haven't bought one yet. Oh, it's doing great.
Yeah, and then we also have zippers out here that if
I
you
love
wanted to
that.
like
So I can stick
unzip,
my hand out. Ah, hi.
so you could like have a little knife or something.
A little knife?
Well, because you're Among Us, you're an imposter, right?
Dude,
So we gotta,
this is
like-
so great.
Yeah.
As you guys are familiar with, every costume that covers your whole body can be hot as balls.
Yes.
But this is the very first time I've been in something, and I am so climate-wise comfortable.
That will change.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's a sweat tent.
Oh, okay. It is a sweat tent.
Especially if you wear it outside, it's also a greenhouse.
Yes.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah. So,
but at least initially, they were very nice.
Yeah, and if you're just standing inside in an air-conditioned space, like, you'll be fine.
I love this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm just having so much fun. Wait, you can dance and everything.
Oh, you can just you can go at it. Yeah, and like they just, yeah. Oh, I think you might have, you were a little enthusiastic.
Okay,
the fan unplugged itself.
You unplugged your fan, so you got to unzip
Oh,
here.
I see. No.
Oh, you can do it.
Yeah, I can fix this.
Okay, great.
Here we go. I found the. Wait. Yeah. What a loser air!
Yes, you are.
Here we go.
You just got to plug it in, and it should just turn on. Yep. There you go, and then just
completed a real task. Must not be an imposter.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, this is so thrilling.
I'm so happy you like it.
I love this so much. And also the amount of visibility is quite surprising.
Yeah, and we can't see you at all.
Wow.
We can't see you. I mean, when you put your hands out.
Yeah, when I do that.
Yes, and we can see your hands. But no, we can't see you through that. I mean, this, fortunately, like for the Among Us, they have this kind of spacesuit thing.
Right,
and so this works out really well. But for some of the other ones, that's why we have the tool or, other things. Like for the Coochie Kopi, we've done a different kind of thing that goes over the eyes. So, but we try really hard to not make the visibility like noticeable.
I hate noticeable visibility.
Yeah.
That's why my Totoro has a camera on his head.
Yeah.
I don't want to see where the operator is looking out.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I'd love to see another execution.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to unzip this. This is so much fun.
Woo!
Dude.
So yeah, there you go. And see, they're so easy to take off. They're a little easier to take off than put on. But like once you, and they are slippery. So if you stand on them, you will fall down.
That's amazing.
And then, that's it.
I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
That is incredible. Okay, so talk to me about who this guy is.
So this is Coochie Kopi from Bob's Burgers. It's Louise's little friend that's in several episodes and also appears in several people's fever dreams. At this size. So like the toy is like this big, like even in the show, but it is canonically about this height.
And so you have made the dream version.
We have made the dream version of Coochie Kopi.
What were some of the difficulties in achieving this shape?
So many.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you would think, Coochie Kopi, it's just a blob.
Yeah.
No. So one of the things that I really, really wanted is I didn't want a neck seam.
I see. You didn't want to see it.
I didn't want a seam here because like you would think like, I'll just put two spheres on top of each other.
Right.
But it very much isn't that. It has this really lovely smooth curve.
Neck. And so you had to get the shape right to get the neck out of it.
Yes. So Taylor does most of the patterning.
Yeah.
So he did basically put two sets of gores together and just kind of smooth it out. But one of the things that we did, if I can find.
Yeah,
it's this bag
right there.
It's this bag. So what we did is, that's the big one. Oh my goodness. Is we would start off by making teeny tiny coochies.
Oh, that's wonderful. Just patterning in size. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So we would just have a little thing. We could put a fan in there and we could check and see like, is this going to work?
Right. This is what changing this shape does to the overall shape.
Yeah. And we did that again and again.
So every new shape for you involves building a whole new set of institutional understandings of how to get that out of the fabric.
Yeah. So because especially with this, we really wanted this. And then we also really didn't want a seam down the middle.
No. Yeah. Totally makes sense.
So there are 6 gores that are from an 8 gore sphere. And there's this gore that's from a 4 gore sphere. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. So
that allowed you a nice double front.
Yeah. So we do all of that. Taylor, did you want to talk more about any of the gore things?
I think you covered it pretty well.
Okay, great.
I just want to state what I really love. I'm always excited about a point of view. So I love it that you start building this and you're like, I don't know much. I'm not even sure how to do this, but I know I don't want to see a thing on the neck and I don't want to see a thing on the face, right? And like you give yourself a really difficult problem to solve with that knowledge, but you couldn't change what you wanted out of it.
No, I really, really, really didn't want a neck seam.
I love that.
So the other thing, Taylor, maybe you can rotate one way or the other. So is this arm. So you would think like, oh, I'll just put in the arm and I'll just cut a hole here. And then, you know, I mean, the arm itself isn't that complicated.
Looks like it might just be one seam, but it's not.
So one of the most important things that we've learned, and I really wish that I wish I had a visual for this, because one of the things that we made with the whale is the whale is a two-part costume. The other part is a bowl of petunias.
Douglas Adams.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. So I wanted to make a bowl. So it's basically like inflatable pants, but it's a bowl.
Right.
Right. And so we had this whole idea where we're like, we wanted a lip, right? You know, so you have a lip and then dirt. So we were like, okay, well, we'll do this and we'll have this be the lip and over here and down here. And then this piece will come down and then we'll add another piece here to kind of hold this down and then the dirt.
Didn't work.
No, it turned into a donut.
But you want a thin line.
You want that
fence.
thing. So what you need to do is you need to have another piece that goes here.
That's because inside, like a baffle that holds it. Of course. So you're building a structure inside.
You have to have a structure inside. You have to have.
So there's a structure inside.
There's a baffle. So if you push in here, you will feel that there is.
Yes.
That doesn't go straight through.
Oh, because if it did, the whole shape would change.
It would just pull out. Oh, and this would not be the shape that you had. You have to baffle it. And also, when you baffle it, you have to put holes in it.
Of course,
so that the air will come through. So the other thing, so this one we like kind of knew, okay, because of our previous experience, this is a baffled arm. The thing that we really, really had a hard time with is
inflatables really, really, really don't like being concave.
Oh, no, they don't. Oh, you're right. Concavity is anathema to an inflatable.
Yes. Okay. I need these more organized. Maybe I can just. So this is what we did. So this is one of our test pieces.
Okay.
Because how do you do these ears, Adam?
Well, I'm looking. Oh my gosh. So you have a concavity in here.
How do you do that?
Oh, so it means that at the back of the inside of the ear has to be attached to the back of the outside of the ear, but has to have holes in it.
Yeah.
But it's probably even more complicated than just what I said.
No, it basically is that exactly. Okay. So basically, I mean, this is our mock-up, right? So we just pinned it together.
And that gave you enough structure.
It gives us enough structure. So this is again pinned in multiple places. But if you don't have these pins, if you take these out,
the whole thing becomes a balloon.
You should get a fan and inflate it and actually show what it.
Yeah, let me. If we have a second, let me.
Yeah, totally. We have a second.
Yeah, you have to turn it on and then you hold it. Ooh. Let's see.
Oh, so it just looks like a belly button, like an Audi.
Looks worse. Oh, there's another pin in there still. We got to take all the pins out. In order to get the real effects, because then it will look ridiculous.
So this is you guys sort of sitting around your house, trying out different things and like, I don't know, put a pin in that one. Let's see if that helps.
During the run-up to Dragon.
Oh, the whole thing pops out.
Yeah. How else is it? Ooh, it got my hair. That's not an ear.
No, this is actually like a little dragon character.
It looks like a little duck or something.
Totally it does. So it prolapses.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. I know I had to say that. I had to say that word.
But yeah, so that's not what you want. So like, think how silly that would be if it was just like, so you have to think about these things, because how else are you supposed to make this ear?
Are there groups of people trying this out? Are there forums you can go and talk about these solutions?
We have a Discord.
You have a Discord. Good.
We have a Discord because frankly, there weren't. When we were trying to figure this out, when we were like trying to like figure out how to make this, when we were trying to figure out how to like make our own costumes, when we went from yarn inflatables to costumes to doing all the other things, literally the one that existed was Odin Makes Among Us. Yeah. And by the time I got there, I was like, well, I already know most of this. Like, and I knew some things that he didn't.
Right,
and so,
right.
like, yeah, we've really, like, there are people that do this, like, on an industrial
Obviously,
scale.
and they do amazing work.
And we did connect with Inflatable, who usually exhibits at Maker Faire. If you've ever seen the giant inflatable Nautilus car, that's his work.
Oh, amazing.
He's incredible and was so kind and answered so many questions for us when we were like, well, what do you do about this? What do you do about this?
I love hearing that.
And he also helped us digitize our original dragon pattern, which has allowed us to kind of iterate on it more.
Phenomenal.
And push that particular project into areas. Because otherwise, when I made that pattern, I made that on paper by hand.
Oh my God. These are,
like,
so how did you digitize it? With a long, long camera lens from a building?
No. No, it was with it's a cutting table for fabric. So they have those big
grids.
Those big. Well, it's not even just that. It's a 2-axis arm.
It has a probe on it. Yeah.
Oh.
And then you can just go.
You were able to trace your pattern digitally.
Yeah. Well, you really didn't even trace it. You would just use 20, 30 markers.
Amazing.
And then basically tailor. We laser everything.
Oh.
Everything. Taylor would love to tell you more about his lasers. Taylor, do you want to come out and talk about lasers?
Let's talk about lasers. All right, Taylor, so you laser everything. What is that? You laser the fabric?
Yeah, so because this fabric's so lightweight and it's a synthetic material, it cuts super easily with a power that wouldn't even cut paper.
Oh, right. It's barely a cutting power. But does this hold down to the vacuum plate and it doesn't suck through?
So what I have done is I just built a very simple giant gantry diode laser. I got it from
you built it?
AliExpress. I mean, built the kit, but
yeah.
And built it as big as we could fit on the floor, and just have a couple sheets of plywood with foil over them.
Sure.
Because there's little enough going on that just putting a fan to ventilate the room clears that out. You don't need a vacuum table because it's, again, so little material.
Amazing. So you can just lay it out and the laser cuts it. It doesn't have to be held or stretched or anything.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's the great thing about lasers as opposed to CNC machines is like work holding is almost a non-issue.
Absolutely. Oh, that is really, really cool. So then you can turn out iterations because you're digitizing all your patterns. Iterating is so much more straightforward.
Yeah, it makes the process significantly faster and much more repeatable.
Yeah.
And it also allows us to add a lot more registration notches, because when you're cutting something with scissors, stopping every 6 inches for a notch slows you way down. But it hardly slows a computer.
Plus, I could imagine that it can give you darting of a level of specificity that would be exhausting to do personally. Like, I just mean in terms of the complexity of the pattern.
Yeah. He also has used his laser to cut out extra large pieces that, especially for like the slugs and stuff, that we didn't have. Like, those pieces are so big that we don't have a laser that's big enough. And so he would cut large pieces of paper, use registration on marks, and we would like just tape those together and then use those to like cut patterns as well, which is like also very, very helpful.
That is so, and plus and that means you can change the size at the most intense granularity.
Yeah, I do all the patterning in Inkscape, so it's very easy to just remove the seams, scale it, add the seams, and then re-add all the notches, which is kind of a pain because the seams don't scale and the notches are on the seams.
Oh.
But a lot of it is still reusable even when you scale.
That is so, and you built this. So what is the size of the laser bed you currently have?
The one I currently have is 1 meter by 1 meter.
Okay.
So it'll let us get most of the pieces we do will fit on there. We've cut a couple pieces that we have to like cut half of it and then move and spend 10 minutes getting it exactly lined up and then
I worked on the Matrix using a 4x8 foot printer that was a 4x4 with a moving bed. And as you can imagine, for mission critical cuts that had to go across, they never quite worked.
Yeah, every time I do that, I spend 5 times as much time getting on that second half as the first half.
Yeah. I'm curious about what your ambitions are, both in terms of builds and also build support. Are you thinking about building a bigger laser?
We are thinking, yes.
You are building a bigger laser.
I have a kit for one that's 1.5 meters by 2 meters, so that will let us get a full width, a full roll of the fabric, and then 2 meters plus more if we do registration.
The problem is we don't have a cave.
Fair, totally
and,
fair.
Figuring out a way to make it movable and stiff,
right?
We haven't solved that problem.
Yeah.
Yet.
So I can build the laser, but I don't have a good solution for the bed.
And I mean, I guess you could make a Murphy laser that folds out of the.
We have literally thought about that. We have literally that was like Taylor was looking into like Murphy bed hardware, and then he decided he wanted a shelf on that wall instead.
Oh, right, because it has to be flat within a very small amount.
Yeah.
Right, but probably plus or minus a 16th across.
When we first
got
that kit, I assembled it and set it out on the floor in our front room and tried to just move the head around on some tests, and it hit the floor because the floor is not flat enough.
So we haven't figured that one out yet. I also mentioned earlier that we'd love to make our own fan, because I'd really love to make one where we don't have to have the boost fan. We basically say, as long as you don't sense, like have a pressure sensor on it and say like, okay, increase your flow while the pressure is low.
Get up to speed and then slow down.
Because the other thing is that when I'm in these costumes and I'm like dancing around and I'm having fun, I'm changing the pressure. And when, especially with the dragon, like her head will fall over, and that looks sad. But if we can say like, if you sense low pressure, ramp up
some more. I really feel like some Arduino or Raspberry Pi solution with a little pressure sensor ought to be able to easily deliver this solution.
Oh, I don't disagree. We just have so many things that we want to do.
I love this. Okay, future projects, future forms that you're obsessing about. What is your white whale? And I'm saying that realizing it might actually be a white whale.
It's not a white whale.
Okay, good.
I have 2 or 3 dream projects that I'm not going to tell you about on camera because they are just like so precious to me, and I just don't even know if they're even possible.
So you're sitting there now, just sort of moving your mind over their topography and wondering.
There's problems. Like I'm already like thinking of like, well, what's a similar thing where I can figure out these problems
and
so that I can learn enough to do my like super dream projects. But we have been playing Silk Song, and we really think that the Bell Beast would make a really great inflatable because it's just kind of a giant like centipede thing. And so it's like we think that one would like, and all the little legs will probably go blah, 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 blah. And then I was like trying to figure out like we're gonna have to have some sort of like a bell harness so that I can go boom 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 boom.
Oh, I love this. Yeah. Oh my God. And now I'm thinking of Creatures from Dark Crystal, the movie. And so there's so many forms you get to think about that would be impossible in any other medium.
It's when we figured this out and when we started to do this literally made so many of my dreams come true. I'm like not even joking. Yeah. Like I know that it sounds like so stupid, but I love Nyan Cat. Like when Nyan Cat was like popular, I was like, I love Nyan Cat. And it was like always that thing where it's like, I want to be Nyan Cat. I want to be able to be like have a costume, but like, how do you be Nyan Cat? Nyan Cat's a giant inflatable Pop-Tart cat with a tail that's like literally infinitely long. How do you even approach that? Well, inflatables. And Adam, I cannot describe to you the joy that you bring.
I can hear it.
When you are Nyan Cat and you are running through a con, because like Nyan Cat is not a static costume. Nyan Cat is always in motion. And I feel a tiny bit bad about how much space it takes, but not that much because temporally, Nyan Cat's very small because it's constantly moving.
Right.
So we are just running through the con. Taylor gets a lot more of the joy because I just have this little tiny window and all I get to see is the look of like, what is that?
Whereas I'm at the very back holding the tail, and I see the whole process going from being totally baffled to recognition to just absolute delight when they realize.
And he's handing out stickers.
No, my wife says following me in my Totoro costume is her favorite antidepressant.
Yes, so it's that. And then also Prince from Katamari Damacy. Our Prince is so good. We are so proud of Prince. Prince was like not super complicated, I think, in some of the technical parts, which is why we didn't spend as much time talking to you about him. But it's a lot of labor. We have 3 different Katamaris of 3 different sizes. Oh. And rolling around a 6-foot Katamari on the floor of Dragon Con is so much joy, so much joy. You get, everyone is like cheering and clapping. You know, everybody singing claps. Oh, that has happened to me multiple times.
Amazing.
It's so much joy. I love that one. I want to make bigger Katamaris. Taylor told me I can't, so we'll see.
That's only temporal. It's just, you can't for now.
Yeah, maybe. But you know, like we just put that in the video game costume contest at Dragon Con, and we got best in show.
Oh my god!
And not only that, they told me the judges gave us a perfect score.
What? Sorry, I don't mean to yell so loud. High fives. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Listen.
And I wanted to be Prince. I wanted to do all of these things. Nothing, like, you can't, it's so hard.
There's no other way.
It's so hard to make these things real.
Yeah.
But now I can do so many things. I have so many dreams, because you can make so many big things, 18 feet long, like, and
actually bring them to conventions.
Yes,
right,
and actually get them out. Bag.
Right. And it's not a van full of people supporting you.
No, and it's just So I love that I have discovered this.
You don't know this about me, but I've loved inflatable costumes since the first time I heard about them. The first dinosaur, right? That just like, whole cow. This is totally amazing.
Yes.
The way that has spread, but also your guys' joy at this. And I just want to also point out where you said something, it wasn't that difficult. I know you mean technically, because formally getting these forms to build the characters you're doing is also non-trivial, even though you guys have elided how much trouble that can be.
It is, and it's also one of those things where, like, I figured it out, so it can't be that hard.
That's the way I think about everything.
Because like people ask me, like, well, how do you do it? I'm like, you just sew it together. It's just like, but it's not giving myself credit for all of the research and all the stuff that we've done and how far we've come in 5 years. And I have so many dreams, and so I just can't wait to see what we're going to do. I hope that other people can't wait either.
It's completely inspiring, and I'm not going to say any specific things, but I do want to know if you guys are interested in collaboration, because I have a couple of ideas that I've been thinking about for more than a decade involving inflatables.
Absolutely.
Adam, I would love to bring to you the joy that I have been able to experience. That
you guys,
would be
thank
amazing.
you so much. This is so inspiring, such beautiful work. We'll include a link to all your guys' stuff in the description. You can find them online on the socials and their website and footage of their beautiful creations. Come back again.
We would love to.
Okay, good.
We also make costumes for the inflatables.
You make costumes for the inflatables?
We make costumes for the inflatables.
Is that what the Among Us bag? Was that a costume? Oh no, you make physical fabric costumes that go on the fabric inflatables?
We'd love to show you those sometime too.
Oh my God, yes. Okay, come back and we'll do a video about that.
Great.
Amazing. Thank you so much for watching that video. If while watching any of my videos you like any of the t-shirts that you see me wearing, well, you can go buy them. And there's 2 places you can get them. First, you can go to tested-store.com, a web address that my crew laughs is one of the hardest things for me to remember in my whole brain. But now they've given me a second URL. You can now go to adamsavage.com and buy any of the t-shirts you see me wearing on this channel. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff there too. Thanks.